We're here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Kia K5 EX.
And a big thanks to Carlos at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Carlos.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the K5 replaced the Optima as Kia's midsize sedan back in 2021. Facelifted this year for 2025, replacing the 1.6-liter turbo four-cylinder with Kia's more tried and proven 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder. We also get new headlights, taillights, and front bumper with larger faux vents. We also get some new choices when it comes to colors and wheels. Inside, the 2025 K5 gets Kia's new dual integrated 12.3-inch digital gauge display and infotainment screen, joined by the new updated climate and media interface. The 2025 K5 is available in 4 trim levels, ranging from the $27,000 LXS, the $28,000 GT line we already reviewed in this channel, the top performing GT for $33K, and the top luxury EX we have here with a base price of $34,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, as you mentioned, we get a new front styling with updated headlamps, new daytime running lights, black headlight housing, LEDs for the high and low beam. Very clean look, updated tweaked grille, forward-facing camera for the EX, panel housing our advanced safety features. I like the sharp style lip in the front too, and the silver metallic, gray metallic paint is absolutely beautiful, really shines in the Florida sun. Full front parking sensing too, no functional airflow in the corners, but I do like that smoked chrome, making this front end styling look a little bit more aggressive. We get a pretty large radiator up front too for the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter. The wheel and tire setup, we get new wheel options on this facelifted K5, and they look really cool. With a black and silver contrast, they're 18-inch rims for the EX trim. They're Pirelli P0 all-season tires, some of the better all-seasons in the business. Dimensions are 235/45 R18s, dual piston front brake caliper, 5-lug pattern Kia center cap. We'll see how these 235s put the power down. I didn't really have a problem putting the power down in the GT line reviewed in this channel. We'll see how it changes up here. Same power plant. We get a side sensor to help us out with the 360. All body color trim for the wheel well area, all body color trim for the rocker panel side skirt area. We get a 2-tone contrasted mirror with an LED turn signal on it, camera on the mirror to help us out with not only the 360-degree camera, but also the blind spot camera, which we'll check out when we take it out for a drive. Blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get black trim for the bottom part of the window trim, some smoked chrome up top, smart access for the driver and a front passenger, a massive panoramic moonroof, and shark fin style antenna. We'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2025 K5 EX. The rear end styling reminds me a little bit of the outgoing Stinger. I really wish they didn't get rid of that Stinger. One of my favorite cars to drive, not only from Kia's lineup, but honestly on the road at the time per dollar today. We'll check out the window sticker, see what we get on this top of the line 2025 Kia K5 EX with front wheel drive in this interstellar gray metallic, black interior. You can check out all the standard features that you get on the base LXS and what we would get with the EX in place of the LXS. Starting with the 18-inch gloss black finish alloy wheels, panoramic sunroof with power sunshade, LED interior lighting, gloss black exterior trim accents, dual 12.3-inch screens, Bose premium audio with active sound design. I had to fire up this K5 real quick, sit in the AC because my camera overheated. Sorry about that, guys. We also get the Syntex seating material, leather wrapped steering wheel and shift knob, power driver and passenger seats, memory seats for the driver with outside mirrors, heated and ventilated front seats, wireless phone charger, and rear air vents. We get a heated steering wheel, power fold outside mirrors with LED turn signals, navigation-based smart cruise control with stop and go, highway drive assist, blind spot view monitor, parking collision avoidance assist for the reverse, and parking distance warning on the sides. $185 for the carpeted floor mats, totaling us out at $34,675. After an $1,155 destination charge, we're sitting a tick under $35,000. 29 combined MPGs, 25 in the city, 36 on the highway. The gas cap is push to open, no easy fill, and you can throw 87 octane fuel here for the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter. We get updated taillights, gunmetal gray K5 badge in the lower left corner, updated Kia badge in the center, backup camera with a trunk release. And I like the integrated trunk design that makes it look like there is a slight deck lit spoiler. You get LED reverse lights in the center, full rear parking sensing. Shout out Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. We also get an updated exhaust tip for the non-GT model. But speaking of the exhaust tip, we already fired up this 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Let's rev it up and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder sold by Kia for the 2025 K5. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out 191 horsepower, 181.5 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, one of the rare vehicles in the segment with a conventional automatic transmission, not a CVT. Sending the power to the front wheels, enough to get the K5 to 60 in the low to mid 7-second range, making it a very solid performer considering a near combined 30 mpgs. Appreciate the hydraulic struts for the EX. We can shut this hood right down. It is really hot because it is about 97, 98 degrees right now in Tampa, and it's a relatively dark metallic paint color. I touched it for about half a second and just about burned my fingers. Anyway, we'll walk around this 2025 K5 one more time. It is a beautiful sedan. It was already one of the best lookers in the segment, and with this facelift, it just looks miles ahead of just about anything else, even compared to the new 2025 Camry. But taking a step inside with this top-of-the-line 2025 K5 EX, let's see what we get. So up top, soft touch, 2-person memory seats, aluminum door handle, wood trim beneath the soft touch materials, some leather stitching, and a gushy soft armrest. 4-window auto one-touch, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable mirrors, Bose premium audio system. Down below, just hard plastic, but very solid storage. You'll stack 2 footlongs on top of each other. We get a plastic K5 nameplate. As we step inside, the seats are Syntex, perforated, heated, and ventilated, fully adjustable, 2-way lumbar. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. So we already reviewed a 2025 GT line on this channel. For the most part, it's a very similar interior. There are a lot of features here that we didn't get on the GT line. To be expected, we get ventilated seats, nicer trim all throughout. But when it comes to the steering wheel, it's leather wrapped. We get contrast stitching, 10-2 bolstering notch, solid 9-3. Steering wheel controls include voice commands, AM, FM, and Sirius. We get volume and skip controls. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, and favorites. On the right side, we have our infotainment adjustments for the radar cruise control and lane keep assist. The infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at current trip. You can see since refueling, since last reset, and the tire pressure. Press it one more time, you can see the compass and our advanced safety features screen. Right now, you can see the brakes are on. You can press the brake and it shows you on that advanced safety features screen. Let's see if it shows us the turn signals. It does not. Let's see if it shows us our reverse lights. It does not, so it only shows us our brake lights. The horn, hard plastic, the horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. We do get dual panes. That's also a nice premium touch. Aluminum frame for the wheel. The stocks have a really satisfying click, and hopefully you can pick up the blind spot cameras. We get auto headlamps, auto high beams, but no auto rain sensing wipers. That would be expected with a top EX trim. Tilt and telescoping steering column. You can turn off the traction control, interior brightness control, and you can pop open the trunk electrically. That's appreciated with the top EX trim. Hood latch release, wood trim with some aluminum beneath it, a stitched dashboard. It's not leather, it's a Syntex material, but still feels unbelievably premium. We mentioned the dual 12.3-inch displays. We went over the digital gauge display. Up top, we have our traffic sign recognition, fuel level to the left, temperature outside beneath, and our coolant temperature in the lower right corner. The 12.3-inch touchscreen, we can check out the home screen. Press the home button. We get our map, media, phone projection, voice memo, weather, valet mode, vehicle diagnostics, setup, maintenance, HD radio data, notifications, and the online manual. My personal favorite to check out would be the map, and we can also see how the response is. Kia and Hyundai have had one of the best looking infotainment screens and navigation systems since about 2019-2020, and that's definitely still the case. But one complaint that I started to get with those more outdated 10.25-inch screens was that the response was a little tiny bit delayed compared to some of the brand new technology that we've seen throughout the segment. That has been completely changed with this new dual 12.3-inch screen. The response, as you guys can see, just like an iPhone, even for the zoom function, just about the top of the segment. Huge thumbs up to Kia. That's probably my personal favorite screen to leave it at, so we will leave it there. Clock in the top right, more of that wood trim beneath, air vents, hazards in the center. And we also get Kia's updated climate and media controls. Right now we're looking at our climate control with the adjustments for the temperature with a dial that's appreciated, and if you leave it in auto function, you'll never have to use the touch sensors. If you don't like auto climate control, like me, I personally don't like auto climate control, you have the vent adjustments in the middle, and they're always here unless you prefer to look at the media adjustments, so you'll get used to it, and it's a pretty easy spot, not have to necessarily take your eyes off the road for too long, or you can just leave it in auto and not have to worry about it ever. We have the vent adjustments, sync, and the adjustments for the passenger side, recirculation, auto climate, and the defrosters. If you want to check out the media, you just press this top arrow button, and now the dial turns into volume and power, and the right side, file and tune. Home, map, search, seek, track, media, favorites, and setup shortcuts for the infotainment. If you don't want to go through the touchscreen, and you still have the auto climate, defrosters, and recirculation, even in the media function. But I personally prefer to leave it in the climate function, so we'll do exactly that. You can press and hold, access your 12 volt. You can press and hold and switch the power outlets or wireless phone charging kit. Pretty interesting overall design with 2 USB-C ports, wireless phone charger right over here, and a nice spot for an additional phone. Here, shift lock release, gear selector for the 8-speed automatic transmission. Backup camera is super crisp, high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory, and an over-the-top 360 also with guidance lines and trajectory. Our different views include over-the-top, blind spot view, so you don't scuff up the wheels, and a wide view, which hides your 360. Speaking of 360, we get a touch-sensitive full 360. You can go all around your 2025 K5, and again, very good overall response. Returns right back where we were, and settings for the camera. Throwing right back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. Manual shifts in the improper directions to upshift and to downshifts, no paddle shifters on the wheel. Electronic parking brake with auto hold. You can turn off the parking sensors and access your camera with a click of a button. And here we access our forward-facing camera. No trajectory for the standard screen. We do get trajectory for the guidance lines on the 360. We can check out the different views. Over the top view with trajectory. So if you're lining up for a car wash, you can see exactly where your front wheels are. Blind spot view, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up these beautiful 18-inch rims, and a wide view so you can see everything in front of your 2025 K5 at all times. You press that camera button one more time, you return right back to the previous screen. Heated and ventilated seats for the driver and or front passenger. Heated steering wheel, drive mode select. Our drive modes include normal, sport, and my drive. We'll start off in normal, try out sport, and just see what the differences are. Solid storage, you'll stack 2 or 3 wallets. Nice soft Syntax armrest. My hands are getting a little bit sweaty, sorry about that. And you can fit probably 6 1-liter bottles of soda in this console compartment with a USB-C port in there as well. The glove box, it is damped, not lined in felt, but it's large. You'll fit 25 license plates, easily fit 2 pairs of shoes in there. More wood trim above it. A very thin frame for the rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming. At $34,000 for the base price, I would expect a standard auto dimming mirror. Maybe not a digital rear view mirror, but at least an auto dimming. The interior lights are LED. Large panoramic moonroof. You can press and hold. Shade opens up very quickly, and the glass follows it, also opens up very quickly. It opens up onto the actual roof, so it does stick out a little like a sore thumb. See if it goes out any further. It does not, but towards the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. It's a hot one today in Tampa, Florida. Sunny and 94 degrees, but considering how many times my camera is overheated, I wouldn't be surprised if it is hotter. We'll close the glass, leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin, but that's about it for the front seat of this 2025 Kia K5 EX. It is a really impressive premium sedan. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top we get soft touch, more wood trim beneath, aluminum door handle, leather stitching in the center, and a nice soft armrest, auto one touch window, additional Bose speaker. You'll fit probably 2 6-inch subs on top of each other, additional K5 plastic step-in plate. The rear seats are Syntax. The padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like seats, and as you guys can see, that is impressive legroom. At a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, I still have about 7-8 inches of knee room, headroom. Even with the panoramic moonroof, I have about 1.5 inches of it. So if you're under 6'6", you'll fit in the back of your seat settings in the K5 with no problem. That says a lot for a midsize sedan. We have 2 air vents back here, 2 USB-C ports, map pockets behind both of the front seats. Ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. The interior lights back here are LED. Center cubby, you really got to jab your hand into it to access it, but it's soft. Syntax, you'll fit 16 to 24 ounce bottles. We get hooks for both of the grab handles in the back seat too, and that's about it for the back seat of this 2025 K5. Let's hop out in the trunk, see how much space is offered back here, and then take the 2025 K5 out for a drive. So with a click of a button, the trunk shoots open hydraulically, so it doesn't close for you electrically, just opens hydraulically, which is still a really premium touch, allowing you to press just a single button in the interior and opening up the trunk. But as you guys can see, very large opening, very large cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much there is. You get 2 latches to fold the second row seats down, 60-40 split. The wheel wells protrude a little bit, so I wouldn't expect you to shove through more than, say, a 50-inch TV, but you'll be able to fit probably a 55-inch TV just in the trunk itself, considering how large it is. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you own a K5, if you fit a larger TV, because I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I believe it was a Nissan Rogue, where I said I'd expect you to fit a 75, 80-inch TV, and someone in the comment section said they fit an 85-inch TV with no problem, so just let me know. Either way, what you see is what we get. We can shut this hood right down, or not hood, trunk, take a step back, walk around this 2025 Kia K5 EX one more time. It is a beautiful premium sports sedan. Under $35K, I'm not sure if there is a more feature and value-packed vehicle in this segment on the road today. Performance-wise, under 200 horsepower, it's still pretty peppy with a 0 to 60 time under 7.5 seconds. And speaking of that, let's take this 2025 Kia K5 top of the line EX out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Kia K5 EX. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, steering feels really good. The steering wheel feels really premium with this leather wrap. Throttle response feels a lot better than the 1.6 with this larger 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. That's just my first impressions. Ride quality also feels really good with these P0 tires. Brakes are fantastic. Throttle response, really good. And once you get like halfway through the rev range, it still pulls very well. Insanely quiet. It feels noticeably quieter in here compared to the GT line we reviewed in this channel. There's also a modification for perceived engine and road noise. Right now, we're in the largest change mode, about half throttle. It gives you a really strong grunt. We can do off and see what changes up, about half throttle. I mean, it doesn't really change it up a whole lot, but there is a slight difference. It makes the engine sound a little bit cooler in largest change. I like that. It does sound pretty cool. But for daily driving, I'd probably leave it off. Try it out in sport mode with the active sound design in its loudest setting. Take a step out here. Ooh. Yeah, it definitely sounds a lot louder with the active sound design. It sounds pretty cool. But it's definitely coming in through the speakers, not the induction system. I wish the throttle was a little bit more sensitive in sport, but it feels fine. Throwing it in, check out the body roll, turning radius. Body roll's limited. Turning radius is pretty sharp. Not bad. And taking a step out here in sport, about half throttle. It sounds pretty cool in this active sound design, but most people buying the EX trim are going to be buying it for its quietness. So let's try acceleration off the line, but in the quiet mode. On the gas. Yeah, it pulls strong. The initial bite with this naturally aspirated 4-cylinder is a lot stronger than the 1.6, but the 1.6 had a noticeably stronger mid-range. Once you cross about 4,500 RPM, this is way stronger up top than the 1.6 turbo, but for daily driving, you're usually going to be using the mid-range more than the top of the rev range, so the 1.6 did feel stronger in the mid-range, like right here. The 1.6 would have felt a little bit torqueier, but off the line and up top, this 2.5 will definitely take the cake. And for the 0 to 60 test, both motors are about low to mid 7-second range, so it really doesn't make a difference. It's more about the overall feel of the power delivery. We can try out these manual shifts. Start off in first gear on the gas. Quick shifts. And it pulls very strong up top. Brakes feel good. Try it out in the largest change again. Ooh, immediate difference. Downshift. Sounds pretty good. We'll throw it back into normal mode. Leave it in that loud mode. Make sure this Armada gets situated. Mercedes hopefully let me go on the gas. Second gear. See, once it crosses about 4,500 RPM, this thing can fly. But taking out of the manual shifts, throwing on the active steering, lane keep assist, whatever you'd like to call it, just cruising along, it is super, super quiet in here. Like just about silent. Even in the largest change, I would turn that off again for daily driving. I'll turn it on if you want to show off to your friends. And it does sound really cool with the naturally aspirated power plant. I think your friends would definitely be impressed. But as I've said, for daily driving, I'd personally prefer having it off. The lane keep assist does not like it when the road loses its sharp white lines or sharp yellow lines. The lines need to be very filled in and dark, or else the lane keep assist starts to get very sketchy. So I wouldn't recommend really relying on this feature, but if you're on a well-lit road, well-lined road, it is one of the best lane keep assist features on the road today. Handling is good on the gas. Ooh! Wow, that's pretty good handling, and it put the power down well. I am impressed. This is a very sporty and premium sedan. Under 35,000 bucks, you got the booming Bose audio system, heated and ventilated seats, the best styling in the mid-size economy segment, the best interior in the mid-size economy segment, unbelievable amount of space, and just a comfortable, beautiful, and affordable package. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2025 K5. For about 800 bucks less, you can get the GT, which will smoke this, like talking 0 to 60 in the low to mid 5-second range, a 2-second improvement. But if you're more into the comfort, the GT, yes, the materials are nice, the power is nice, but it's not as well built as you would think. It doesn't put the power down well. You're going to be replacing tires every 10, 15,000 miles if you really use that power. And if you don't really use the power, you might as well pay the extra 800 bucks and get this loaded, fully loaded EX. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for the more premium, luxurious, while still being a very solidly sporty sedan under 35,000 bucks, I would 100% recommend checking out this 2025 Kia K5 EX. And a big thanks to Carlos and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Carlos. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.